You're listening to the RMTV podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV podcast. Geordie, how you going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's some mixed bag of rugby league this weekend. I think it's the first weekend where a few teams get a bye. So Origin affected round.
Yeah.
I think it's also everyone's kind of just keen for game one, aren't they?
Yeah, look, as much as there hasn't been a massive build-up to Origin this year, and it'll start this week, but
Woodsy might need to say something. You know,
Mate,
he's on Triple M and 7.
Mate, Woodsy did say something. Billy Slater. I'm not going to talk to Triple M. Fucking cat. Imagine being that much of a bitch that you're, like, already calling out a journo, like, just scared, mate. Just scared.
Yeah, I think we're a few days out now. From the big one, but we'll get into it. So Thursday night, Canberra 22, Dolphins 30 in the nation's capital, and yeah, Ricky, but he wasn't too happy. He did a bit of a FIFO trip to the presser. He was in and out.
Mate, could be the quickest ever post match. It was only about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and that was only because he said, "I'm sorry." He offered his well wishes to Jai Arrow.
Yeah, the Finns, they actually surprised me how well they played. But then again, Canberra, they just had a lot of lapses of errors in them as well.
But it's been story of Canberra's year, hasn't it? It's what they've been doing pretty much every week.
And that's what I feared for them this year. I thought coming off a big year last year, minor premiers, could have been a bit of a hangover.
Well, it's almost like they're still stuck on that Brisbane game that they lost. Like, genuinely, it's kind of like they're still stuck on that, and that's what's screwing them. But, yeah, I mean, look, they're not playing that well, and
credit to the Finns, that weather would have shocked them a little bit, but it probably got them into gear.
It was a bit cold. It was about 5 degrees at game time, so when we go down there in a couple of weeks' time, we might need to rug up, pull out the old puffer vest.
Yeah, as long as I sit around you and Luke, mate,
I'll keep you warm. I'll keep you warm. Don't you worry.
But
Good
even with Finns, they had the Hammer was out.
Hammer's out. Plath was out. Flegler was out.
Katoa, he just keeps steering the ship so well, and
yes and no.
I reckon.
I like at points, yes, but I'm seeing maybe it's just that he's been in the league for 2 years now. He's making a lot of errors at the moment that he wasn't making last year. And I think that's a big difference between the Dolphins of last year, who were, a legitimate shot to make the 8 if they could have fixed their defense, to the Dolphins of this year, who just don't seem to be nailing those moments. I
reckon
they did against Canberra, but they haven't every week.
I reckon they're going to be a good shot for the 8. And you see the errors in Katoa. I kind of see, that kind of like what said about Buller, but a bit of fluid.
Not so creamy.
Yeah, not so creamy, but just he flows well, and he really, he gets out the back well too.
Hammer,
Jack, Bostock,
Bostock, Herbie,
and also Herbie. And Herbie, he's just a fucking gun, mate.
He is, mate.
Hopefully the Chooks can sweep him up soon,
mate. You heard it first. It's a new centre pairing of Garrick and Garrick on the wing, Herbie at centre, Toya at centre. Herbie and Toya, imagine that as a centre pairing. Jeez.
A lot of non-Roosters fans would really love that, wouldn't they?
Oh, mate, the sombrero jokes would come out again.
So Ricky, he wasn't happy, mate. He was we'll get into it. So obviously during the match, it was to do with, was it?
I think it was to do with Smithies with that that elbow on the ground, which
that's right. Yeah.
Look, I'll be honest. It kind of reminded me of the Stags penalty in sin bin. Now, I don't think it was to the
against
same...
Chooks.
Yeah, against Chooks. I don't think it was to the same level. I think Stags was a lot more blatantly obvious and dangerous. Smithies was just a bit of a facial on the ground. But Ricky's words, as per my little Google search, in all the years I've been involved in the game as a coach, now that's a long time, I've never been so confused you can't have a rule and apply it 1 week and not the next week.
Just comes back to consistency, mate.
Consistency. The biggest C word out there, and not the C word that we normally describe people by. But you know what? I reckon Ricky echoes the thought of nearly every rugby league fan this year. This year has been the worst for calling it 1 week, not the next week, or even fans just sitting there going, what the actual fuck?
I'm the same. I think a lot of people, and what's concerning is a lot of players are growing frustrated now.
Oh, yeah.
With the rules. I saw Munster on his podcast.
Yeah, his comment was perfect.
Yeah, and it's like where the game wants to go, but you're going to lose your true fan base, mate. Your rugby league purists, just to get your people that are going to tune in for the blockbuster matches to see a game of touch football. And I don't know, they definitely got to rein it in a bit because
my thing is I still think the 6 agains need to go or they need to fix it. Like my thing is, and this is what I think should be taught to the refs, and I really don't care what anyone says on this. I think this is fucking blatantly obvious. It should have been obvious since day one. If you would not blow a penalty for it, don't give a 6 again for it. Now, I guarantee if you look at the Women's Rugby League, right? Because they still have the penalties in the 40 and all that. They don't have the 6 again so early. And game 1 of Origin, there was not that many penalties in comparison.
It was well refed, I thought.
It was well refed. And, credit to Belinda Sharp. And I guarantee you, on Wednesday in Origin, the fucking 6 again and the penalty count will be down because that's what they always do. If you wouldn't blow a penalty in Origin or if you wouldn't blow a penalty normally, don't give a 6 again.
I just feel like it's there and they're just using it a bit too willy-nilly now.
They are. Mate, if we sat down and watch a game, right, and put a stopwatch on tackles, guarantee you there'd be like 10 tackles that, say hit the 3-second mark that don't get done. And then you get one in a key spot that'll get given and the very next play they'll score.
Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, I think Origin, they'll pull it back a bit because just people growing frustrated. And like I think personally, the last 2 weeks of footy has been pretty boring. Magic round was pretty meh, I thought. And then this week, there was 5 games. Nothing to it. Probably the most exciting game was probably today, Cowboys South. But even
that's a stretch.
Yeah, that was a stretch. But let's get into it. So Doggies, they broke I think it was a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's a shame. Wish it was 6.
Yeah, 30-20 over Melbourne at a core. And I think my bold prediction was under 12K fans.
You were close. It was
just
over 14.
Just over 14. And Dogs finally cracked it. And how good's that? He came off the bench for the Doggies.
Oh, Underhill?
Yeah, wow, mate. He cracked a few players well. And I think he put the Doggies on the back and said, let's go. If the win's going to be ugly, let's just get it done. And they did it.
Which is kind of scary, though, to think. With the experience in that team, like your Max Kings and, Satili Tupanuas and all that, a guy playing his second NRL game had to be the one to flick him into gear. Like, that's probably leaves something to be desired for those more experienced guys who should be doing it. But, look, credit to him. He put a couple of big shots on. Probably after. He probably made a few people shit themselves. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the Dogs were lucky to get it. I think the Storm really died in that second half.
Yeah, they showed a bit of that
Storm
dying this season where they were up 12-0 or 10-0 or something.
They started strong. Warbrick made a few errors and then got hurt. Sean Blaw not coming back out definitely hurt them. But yeah, look, good to see the Dogs get a win, but I don't know how convincing it'd be.
Not good to see.
Nah. I was trying to be nice, but no, you're right.
Yeah, I think a win on the board, a bit of off-field noise with Gas and Serraldo, so it probably quietens it a little bit. But
when you got your head of football and your head coach saying 2 entirely different things, it's going to fucking happen, eh?
Yeah.
Was there a party in Belmore after the game, or were they quiet this week?
There would have been a small
gathering
contingent of fans that would have partied like they won a competition. But a win's a win. Some people just they live and breathe rugby league, and it would have carried on.
Rugby league.
And then the Saints. I don't think I tipped them, but I had a feeling maybe this is the game they win, right?
You said to me, wet weather footy, anything can happen, it's going to happen. And I said, nah, the Wars are going to win.
The Wars, mate, they're looking good.
Very good team.
The boys from across the ditch, 30-12. And at Cogra, where I was watching it with my man, and I was going, fuck. There's actually a somewhat decent crowd there on the hill.
Yeah, look, I'll give a lot of credit, especially to the Dragons fans who came out and sat on that hill, stood on that hill.
And it was raining.
It was torrential rain. Like, I live 20 minutes from Cogra, and it was pissing down. So credit to them for actually having the guts to go and stand there and to watch what was delivered, because, once again, it wasn't pretty. But I had to laugh at this moment. Setu 2, when he scored that first try in the corner, and he got entertained to a pick his face and was like, ah! And then you lost. It's like, bro, when you've lost, at that point, 10 in a row, or 10 this season, and then get throw another 4 on for last year. You don't have a right to score a try and get in someone's face like that. Like, win a game of footy first, bro.
Was it the right thing to bring Albo to the new centre of excellence? Was that the curse they needed?
What was that rumour we heard? Gutho made a comment?
Oh, there was a rumour where I think someone said something on the lines of, already shit enough. Now Albo's here, centre of excellence.
Well, it probably tells you how fucking shit they are when they've got to bring Albo because they built a centre of excellence. Like, good on you, mate. You're about the 10th team to do it.
Yeah. No, it looks pretty snazzy though. My mate Jaden, he was down there. He does some sports massaging and pretty clean centre of excellence. They've got their one trophy out the front. Not as good as the Chooks, but they've.
Mate, I'll tell you what.
The cabinets are filled to the brim.
Mate, we need to buy more.
So it's just the question keeps begging to be answered: is when do Saints win?
If they win, I say if. I told you, round 14 against the Sharks, the local derby, that will be the game they win.
And they're probably going to pay, $5-6. It might come in a little bit for a derby, right? But surely you slap a little 50 on that, mate. You've been saying they're going to win it.
I'm gonna probably throw about $10 on it. Let's. You know what? Oh no, it wouldn't be out yet. It wouldn't be out yet. I don't
think so.
Actually no, because Sportsbet did have odds on when they'd get their first win. I think last time I looked at it. They were paying like $81 to do it, so could be a Let's have a look at some futures here. No, they've taken it off. That's weak.
Yeah, they've given up on the Saints.
I mean, they're paying $6 this weekend against the Broncos.
Jeez, maybe that's it. I don't know. Time will tell. But then a brookie. This was a bit of a game. It was a bit 12-10 against the Titans. Our old friend Bam Bam. He was worried. He was worried the Titans were going to cause an upset, mate, on the Peninsula. And Manly just held on. It was scrappy, but they got the job done in the wet. Probably just another win to Fosbor's. The era of Fosbor.
I've never wanted to see Gold Coast win more, and purely not just because they're playing Manly, because I think that was probably one of the best performances Gold Coast have put together. And the last couple of weeks, we've seen it. They've put together, some good performances for, say, 60 minutes, but just haven't finished the job. And this week, I thought, especially when they scored that last try, that first try, I was like, they could run this down. But, yeah, I kind of feel for them. I'd like to see them win one soon. It would have been nice to see them win on the weekend.
Yeah. Do you think, I got word of it on the footy show this morning. Are they premiership threats now?
Nah.
I don't think so. Not after that. If they put 50 on Titans, a big dominant performance, and but
I think they're
won by 2.
They're putting their name down to play top 4 footy, which I think always gives you a chance at playing. But how long can they hold on at this level?
Mate, I tell you what, if you're Foz right now, you'd be loving life.
Mate, how many head coaches want him dead because he's making his job look way too easy? Yeah. His only losses to Penrith by 10 points or something?
He lost by 2 to
Penrith. Yeah, that's right, 2 to Penrith. So
if they beat Penrith, do that.
If they beat Penrith, my tune would be different.
Would they be? They could possibly be first if they beat Penrith.
No, if they beat Penrith, I think they'd be second or third.
But they're entrenched in the top 4 amongst the Chookies, the Wires, and Penrith.
Still looking at the Chooks arseholes though.
Yeah,
as I tell Riley every week.
Yeah, for now. And to finish things off, looked like a cracker afternoon up at Townsville there, mate. Cowboys 30, South Sydney 18. I thought, I think the best game of the round. Some pretty electric footy from the Cowboys. South, they just big week for them in the club. Obviously, shout out to Jairo, mate.
Yeah.
Terrible news with the being diagnosed with M&D. So, thoughts to him and his family.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's not. And I mean, everyone who's listened to that interview with Danica Mason, you can hear it's fucking got him.
For sure.
So definitely, rugby league's a game. These guys have lives, and we forget that, and they're people, and when shit like this happens,
just bigger.
One thing I am glad about is that it didn't get broken in the media, that South were able to take their time with it, and they admitted, we've known for a while, we just wanted to see where it was at and see what the go was. And, I think I appreciate that it didn't get leaked in the media. I know there was a certain media personality who very much carried on about, we've known for weeks, but we didn't tell anyone out of respect. But it's just nice.
It's probably something that you wouldn't want to leak. It's a bit tacky, I find.
Yeah, I think the fact that everyone respected the club's wishes and just went, let's do it on his way, I think was that. And you could see the emotion in him during the press conference. I don't watch South's conferences very often, but I watched that one. And you feel for the bloke, you know. They normally say it's like a 2 to 3 year fight and then you're done. So, like, you know, he's got a young family, a wife or missus. So, yeah, feel for them as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, well said, mate. So, yeah, on the field, I think Souths, it just didn't click for them today. A lot of, you know,
they were lost.
Missed opportunity. Yeah, a bit lost out there. A lot of errors. I think AJ, uncharacteristic. I think he bombed 2 tries.
Bombed 2 that
which
he
would normally
score. Yeah.
Yep.
And that ends up being the difference as well, those 2.
Yeah, well, they lost by 2 tries. But, that young fella for the Cowboys played well. Number 6.
Oh, Liam Sutton, yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty solid. And I think the standout for South, I thought Dufty.
Oh, I actually go Penatani, the winger, making his debut. Scored 2 tries on debut. Nearly had a third. Like, I'd give him that. Dufty was good, but Dufty also, you know, there was a crucial error Dufty made that led to the Cowboys scoring. I'll pretend it was a slip of a tongue.
Yeah.
But no, I like Penatani. You know, ran hard. Poor guy. I think he might have done his hammy in the last run there.
Yeah.
But
it can be cruel sometimes.
You know what? He had a good game. Two tries on debut. Like, not many blokes who can put that to their name, can they?
Yeah, and they're like, you know, South Sul. They got Cam Murray's out.
Latrell's out. Keon's not playing at 100%.
No.
Obviously Jairo's out. Not that they've had him this year, but you know what I mean. That's still a big loss, personality wise. Jai Gray didn't play, which was a really interesting swap. Dufty going in. Like, I mean, Dufty played well. Don't get me wrong, but
they've got similar games. I find Dufty some few characteristics which are
Dufty's just a bit bigger. He's a bit of a bigger body, and I think that's why sometimes, you know, he's probably favoured over Gray is because of that big body mentality that he has. But look, credit to them, missing a few. They still, you know, they showed up and they at times they put in there. Screw you, Cody Walker, for screwing my bold prediction. Yeah. He looked like he was getting close.
To mention that.
He looked like he was going to get close when him and Marnie were getting face to face, and then he bitched it.
Marnie is that one player where would just get under the skin of Walker every single time.
But, like, getting under the skin of Walker is probably the easiest thing to do in the NRL. Like, I reckon it's easier than scoring a try.
I reckon all you got to do is just... And he just like snap it.
Mate, could you imagine, like, if I was on a field against Walker, I'd just be like, hey, Walker, hey, and just watch him just go red.
Yeah.
Like, he, I don't think it'd take much to crack him off. And I thought they were going for it, but no. Who would win in that fight, right? Marnie versus Walker. Who do you reckon would win? And I'm not talking like a Lockie Lewis tackle him at halftime walking in the sheds. I'm talking like, let's just put a ring around them, see who wins. Who do you reckon wins?
I reckon Marnie could get a few under
his
ribs.
You reckon Marnie get like a headbutt in there as well?
I reckon he would like just grab his head and just start...
Do the old hockey and the old shirt over his head and just start
Marnie just seems he was that class clown that he would just annoy every single kid until Chinese burns and the whole thing.
Until someone like threw him into a locker or something.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
All right, let's move on, mate. Dribble of the week. So we just mentioned Jai Arrow. What's your thoughts? There's been a few media personalities, a few players. July. So a try would be scored, you know.
Do a celebration.
Money towards M&D.
Well, look, now that we're not doing the Try July with Sportsbet this year, which you know, comes into the new, like, gambling stuff and all that, as well as, you know, so many teams are sponsored by different gambling agencies now. Look, I think it's a great idea. I genuinely think it's an awesome idea. You know, every celebration, just bang, you know, $1,000. I think the NRL, Vlandis and Abdo need to get on the phones and find someone to bankroll it. That's the problem. You need someone to bankroll it. Like, especially with the way tries are being scored now, right?
Do they just get another betting firm on? Or is Sportsbet heavily tied with the NRL?
Try July's gone now. So Sportsbet are kind of cutting their tasks there. But, mate, I you know what I'd love to do? I would love to see all the betting agencies come together and all put in. So, like, you know, like, say it's 10 grand. Let's say you got 4 betting agencies, right? You all put in 2.5, like, say it's a 10 grand thing, 2.5 each sort of thing.
Yeah. Either that or like maybe a percentage of tickets. Maybe the stadium's coming to play here. You know, percentage goes towards
the teams. Like honestly, if it was an away game, like say we're going to Melbourne, for example, or actually, July, say we're going to Townsville. If I had to pay an extra $10-15 for a ticket, but that money went to him, I'd be, or to MND at least. I'd be okay with that. Like I'd be okay. But let's have a bit of fun with it still. Like let's let the characters have fun. Still do like the Try July style, but yeah, I think something needs to be done. It's just a matter of bankrolling it. That's the biggest thing, right? Who bankrolls it?
Yeah. No, I think it'd be great to see because the Try July was pretty fun. You know, I know a few coaches out there aren't a big fan of it. But you do love a good celebration. There's been a few in the past which have been...
Radley's last year, the Happy Gilmore.
That was gold.
Because not a lot of people realise what he was doing unless you remember the movie.
Yeah, we're the game, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, what? And there's like... Then you watch it back, you're like, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, look, a little bit of fun now. So, this idea was spruiked over the weekend. There's been a few songs getting around with it throughout the clubs.
Yeah.
You know, Chooks do the Rooster Man now.
Rooster Man.
Yeah, and then there's Up Cronulla. You know, if they're that loud, you might hear them from your house, mate.
Never hear them, thankfully.
So let's talk best club songs, mate. Like currently, what are some that stand out for you? And
are we talking like victory songs, or are we talking like just run out songs?
I think both. Like, just a few. You know, I know how Roosters have a fair few different songs.
We've got a few that we use, yeah. Look, I think in terms of catchiness, Up Cronulla is a pretty pretty solid. One that I like. I don't like the team, but I like it. Is the Broncos when they run out for a home game? It's like the Let's Go Broncos.
Yeah,
it's just got like a catchy theme to it.
It sounded like a bit like Americanized, like that real pump up.
Yeah, and I love that before a game. I mean, look, I'll always love the Chooks.
Yeah, the Eastern Suburbs team song, that's a great one.
That's the team song, but also the victory song. Like, we have two there. Like, there's the actual team song that gets sung in the sheds, which I think is great. It's simple, effective, to the point. But then you get, the actual win song, and it's just blast through the stadium. It just feels different.
Yeah, it is a goodie, that one. It's not actually, they've adopted this one, but eventually once they get a win, I know when the Saints. It's so good. Like, you get the when the Saints. Yeah, I think that's up there.
Have you seen the St Kilda chick?
Yeah.
Owen.
Yeah, no.
Really. Yeah, that's it. It just makes it, just adds a bit of oomph to it.
Yeah, well, speaking of AFL, it's their celebration songs, they're a bit, obviously it's a different sport to league, so they have different songs. I think they like to get everyone involved and arm in arm. It's like a bit of a choir,
It's that very private, not private school, but like that very laid back. Everyone's arm in arms and they sing it great. But then you get rugby league, it's just like bang, hands or boots on an esky, just boom.
It's league songs. Some of them hit the spot. I find.
Some do. Some, the players don't even know them that well, so they forget how to sing them, a.k.a. West last year.
Like the Doggies one, that's a bit of an interesting one.
That was a new one. They only brought that out, 2 years ago now? 3 years ago, maybe?
I think once Serraldo took over. But, you have teams like, I think Penrith one's just, I was about to say everywhere we go. It's not that. Some clubs had similar songs throughout the times, but sometimes you hear like the Tigers and you're like, what the fuck are they saying? Even Eels. All you hear is like, power up, power up.
That's the Panthers one. We are ready. I know who.
I know who and what I am. Yeah, that was my junior club one as well. But even I know who and what I am, that's not even original, right?
No, and look, majority of them aren't. Like, the majority of them are rip-offs of other things, but, they got to get some inspiration somewhere.
Yeah, I think speaking of inspiration, Melbourne's one, that's got a bit of AFL to it. I think it's from the land we call Victoria.
Yeah,
where all true legends are born, blah, blah, blah. Great rugby league team. But they get everyone involved type of thing.
Yeah.
I've got a bone to pick.
All right. Tell me, what's your bone? What's your bone to pick?
I feel like the team song should be left to the players to sing. I know you do it sometimes, but I feel like it's kind of like, I just see it as it's their song. They won the game. Leave it to them.
I agree to an extent.
Maybe like if you win the grand final, sure.
Well, that's the thing. If you notice, like, we don't do it every week when we win, right? It's not a weekly thing. It's when we win a rivalry game or we win a big game. So, like, for example, we played South. We beat South, so we done it.
Yeah, true.
You know, Manly were being a bit of dicks. So, you know, we ended, you know, Manly, well, we kept their losing
That's
going.
right, yeah.
So we put it there because there was a few of them walking past throwing us the bird while doing. So I was like, you know what? You want to do that? Cop this.
I remember doing it. We did it at I remember.
Remember
I was
doing
filming it. I was filming it at Cogra, right in front of the players, the Saints players.
Yeah.
So
and just the looks that you get, and like things like that, they're fun to do. Like I said, don't do them at every game because I don't think every game needs them.
I know a few fans. I think a few Bulldogs fans. They do them at every game.
They
and they'll sing the team song, and it's just. I just feel like that's just me personally. I'm like, look, let the players do their thing, but. You know.
It's a bit of fun to do it though when you've like won a rivalry game or something like that because it's just like it's that little just knife just into the ribs. Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. It shouldn't be at every game. That's for definitely not after every game. Plus, we have the SYD. That's normally pretty good.
SYD is good. It's good to see a few clubs have their own little niche, like this. Like Canberra have the Viking Clap. That's like purely theirs.
Yeah, but it's fun to like. But the thing with Canberra fans is if you mock them and do it back to them when they lose, they're actually pretty good and they just cop it on the chin.
Yeah, I like as well. Like the Tigers when they do the Eye the Tiger. I think that's good at Leichhardt.
Eagle Rock at Manly.
I think that's my favourite. Eagle Rock.
Just suits, right?
It's perfect for him. And like who else is out there? I think we've really covered a few. Really, like did Nui have a song? Like some teams like Nui, Titans, Cowboys. I don't really hear much.
You probably don't hear it much because they don't really like. You know, like Melbourne, for example, they run out to Thunderstruck every half of footy.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. It's a blatantly obvious one. Like Newcastle could pick some good. You know, Morgan Evans has got a nice song, Steel Town, which is about Newey. Like maybe that's their little country music pump up out at Newey. Like just if there's any Newey people listening, Steel Town, that could do you some good. You know.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
State of origin. Not state of preference. State of origin.
Not state I was born in, but I won't support them. It's state of origin, mate.
Blues $1.55, Queensland $2.45. So just shy of being a dollar up against
I don't
Blues.
like that.
That's just origin. Queensland are always the underdogs, and it kind of irks me because they won last series. Even when they were doing the 8 in the rows, I remember
New South Wales were normally favourites, and I don't get it. And I don't know if it's the betting market doing it intentionally to be like, oh, let's just make people win more money if Queensland win. But I just don't get why New South Wales are always nearly $1 odds on favourite. It's very rare that Queensland is the odds-on favourite, and I don't get it.
Maybe the CEO of Sportsbet's a big Queenslander.
Yeah, he's just putting on his own bets.
Yeah, it could be mind games like some of the Blues players. $1.50. Like I doubt they're looking at the odds, but
they're not allowed.
We're favourites.
They're not allowed to look at the odds, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a big one. I think it's almost sold out. Yeah. I had a look the other day on the map and
wasn't much left.
Wasn't much left at all. Just a few little dots up and around there. But
bit in the nosebleeds.
The core's going to be pumping. What are you worried about for the Blues? What do you think that could backfire on them after the selections came out?
Look, I think there's a lot of danger for the Blues because of the players in Queensland's team. So, like Sam Walker, for example, he's a very frantic player, and I think that plays into Origin very well. Origin's not very structured at times. It's very loosey-goosey. I think missing like 3 centres, your Bradman Best, your Latrell Mitchell, Crichton's not at full strength, could come back to hurt with the strengths that Queensland have in their back line / on their wings. But my genuine concern for the Blues, if we're talking on the Blues side, is Isaiah Yeo. Now, I don't like Isaiah as a lock as we know it now.
Yeah.
If Yo's job is to run hard, tackle hard, no problems. But if he tries to be a ball-playing lock when we've got Moses and Cleary there, I think that will be damaging. What I would love to see, say the first 20 minutes, right? Isaiah Yo just absolutely just runs hard, tackles hard. That's all he does. Bring Cam Murray on at that 20-minute mark. Let him ball play a bit.
Yeah.
You know, Murray is a ball player. And look, I don't say a lot of nice things about South players. Cam Murray's one I always respect and say nice things about. He just, to me, will add more to our offense than what Isaiah Yo does, because Yo gets back into that very Penrith style of football, which you can't do. I think Mitch Moses needs to handle majority of the long kicking, and Cleary handles the short kicking, because I think Moses' long kicking game is better. But yeah, the forwards are where my concern is how we manage our forwards, because that's been an issue for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's probably, I'd like to see how Adam Fanua-Blake goes. Big game. You know, this
needs to step up.
This ain't a club game for Cronulla. This is State of Origin. And yeah, he's got to turn up the tempo, I think. But yeah, the forwards, it's as long as they just, it's simple as that, mate. Just run hard, tackle hard, do the 1%ers, right?
Yeah.
And let the backs do the work. What worries me, even Crichton, like he might, will he play? You know, there's the mind games. He was not training the other day, but now he is.
Well,
Casey McLean back up.
I don't mind if McLean plays. The reason being, I think back to when, as I said, I think I said it to you last week when we were on air. McLean, when he played that first game for Penrith against the Dogs and he went up against Crichton, he took him on head on and he won. Yeah. So if he does that sort of attitude, like right centre for Queensland, who's playing right centre? It's not Toya. It's
Cobbo. Not Cobbo.
No, Hammer.
I think so. Yeah, Hammer.
Yeah. Like if he goes up against Hammer, obviously speed wise, Hammer's got him, but physicality, I think there's a good shot there.
Yeah.
Even Ethan Strange could be a shot at centre.
That's what irks me a bit. It's like we should just pick on loyalty, but you got to be 100% fit. Maybe he is. Maybe he's just being careful, right?
I don't think he is. I don't think he's 100% fit. The reason why I think he got picked, and this is the only methodology that makes me think why he got picked, is we lost Latrell. Latrell's normally a big thing at left centre. Latrell in Origin is beast mode. Bradman Best is then out, so your first two choices at left centre are gone. Crichton is normally a right centre, but moves over to left centre sometimes in Origin when need be. So my only thought is Crichton is playing left centre because he's a bit of an experienced head.
Yeah, and it would be beside Brian Tyler, so they've had that previous clubland experience
and
as well.
I think that's why he's there. I mean, we know what Toto's going to do for us. We know what Teddy's going to do out the back. We know what Moses and Cleary are going to do. You know what Reece Robson's going to do. Like
that's what I'm excited to see, that Robson, Teddy, Cleary combination.
Well, look at what Robson and Teddy have been doing, at club ball. And I think that's probably why. If Brayley or Wade Egan got picked to play 9, I don't think Teddy gets picked. But because Robson got picked, I think that's why Teddy got picked.
That's another thing I see as well. I think just playing direct up the middle footy. Yeah. You got to look at the wingers, right? I think both Queensland wingers are taller than the Blues. We don't have, in the past we've picked tall wingers. Like you've had your Sawalis, your Tupos of the world, right? Now we've got Toto and
Kohler,
right?
Kohler's got a leap on him though.
So is it worrying? Not really. Like I feel like Toy's improved over the years dealing with the high ball. I think he's found his technique, but
yeah, but you know what I'm going to argue on that point. Cobbo and Fafita, they're the wingers. I don't think.
I think Blues backline's 100% better. So
aerially, no, I agree with you. Aerially, I think we have the upper hand. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of aerial tries scored.
I could see an aerial from like Teddy just up the middle. He can be good under the high ball.
That sort of, and Moses and Teddy played a lot of football together at West, so they know each other well. They're still great mates. Like they were at each other's weddings and everything.
They love playing together. I think that's what Moses said. He's one player he's looking forward to playing with is Ted.
Yeah, like that Sam Walker bomb up the middle that we see at the Roosters every week. You get Moses, who's got a bit more leg power, puts it a little bit higher. gives Teddy that split second longer to get there. Mate, Ponga and Teddy is going to be probably the biggest aerial battle we'll have of the weekend, of the 3-match series, if they both play all 3 games. And I think that's where you're sort of going to go. That's your aerial battle. The wingers, yeah, you'll have some, but yeah, Jojo and Selwyn versus To'o and Kohler. If anything, Kohler's probably the best leaper of the lot because he plays a bit of fullback.
Yeah.
So I think aerially, it's pretty even, to be honest.
What worries you about Queensland?
Worried for them or worried about them?
Yeah. Oh no, worried for them. Yeah.
Worried for them.
Same as for the Blues. What?
I think. Look, Walker is a bit of Walker's a two-edged sword, right? With his frantic style of play, and we see it for the Roosters every week, he's going to create some things for you.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes he tries to push things a bit too much, and I think that's where they might get caught out. The other thing is Ponga, and I say Ponga with all due respect, he's probably been the 3rd best fullback in the game this year, behind Teddy and Edwards. So I put them in no particular order. They're the top 3 fullbacks. Yeah. If anything, I'd probably go Teddy, Ponga, Edwards.
Or even Scott Drinkwater. He's played.
Drinky'd be number 4 for me.
Yep.
I think he's been great, but he's still number 4 for me. Ponga needs to stay healthy. If they go to Reece Walsh and they have to use Reece Walsh, I think they lose the series. So Ponga needs to stay healthy. If he doesn't stay healthy, and I'm saying this with all due respect, Ponga's been injured every year. He's getting close to that point of needing to be injured again. If he can get through Origin without an injury, it's a good chance. But if he gets injured, I would be putting Hammer at fullback and someone else in the centres over bringing Reece Walsh in.
Really? So no Walsh at all?
No Walsh at all. We've seen it in his form this year for the Broncos. I know he was the Australian fullback for all 3 games against England. I think that was the wrong call. As much as he played well, I think Edwards should have started over him. I think if Walters wasn't the coach, Edwards starts. I think Walsh has a lot of talent, but he doesn't have the brain, and he goes missing too much that costs him. Like, you look back to the 23 grand final. The reason the Broncos lost that, part of the reason they lost it, obviously not the whole reason, but Walsh went missing. He went to sleep, missed 2 key tackles. Penrith scored on both of them.
Yeah. I think for Walsh is when he's on, and then some games it's like, it was a lot of errors. But it'll be funny to see if Walker does maybe a chip or chase or a kick on second. Let's pan to Billy Slater and see his reaction.
I think Billy's got to literally say to him and go, mate, play your game.
Oh, for sure.
But I think as long as you like having Hammer outside him, right? So if Walker is defending on the right edge, which I'm presuming he will, you got Hammer right next to him, mate. Put a chip over to Hammer. I think that could be some crazy play.
Yeah, could be.
But also having Ponga, you got potentially Ponga on the inside, Hammer and Selwyn on the outside, or Hammer or Jojo on the outside. There's some options there.
So what's your bold prediction, mate? We'll go Boldy, man of the match, and margin.
All right, so margin is New South Wales by 4. My boldy is Victor Radley's going to get sin binned.
Oh, God.
Victor's going to come out. He's going to be aggressive. I don't think it's going to be a malice sin bin. I think it's just going to be he got it wrong and he needed to go. He just got sat down for it, especially with Klein refereeing. Yeah, so New South Wales by 4. Radley will get binned, I think, but I still have New South Wales winning. Man of the match for game 1, I think, will be Teddy.
Oh, I've got Teddy as well.
Yeah, I just think Teddy up the middle will cause some real havoc, especially in Origin when that fatigue factor comes in. It'll happen. What about you? What about you? Margin, man of the match, and
so off the back of you, mate, Teddy, man of the match. Yeah. I think he'll just flick into turbo mode. I think up the middle
and not pull a hamstring turbo mode either.
No. Meter eater. I could see maybe 2 try assists, maybe even a try if he's lucky. I think Blues. I don't know. Blues by 12.
Ooh. 2 tries.
We're gonna get 13 plus. No, we'll go 13 plus.
We'll go
13 plus. We'll actually
the big bet is on.
We'll be doing a post. I think Monday night.
Yep.
Boldy post will drop, but no, I think they'll run away with it. I could see maybe a 28 plays 12.
Yeah, okay. You reckon the game will be sped up that much, or they'll just be that?
I think it'll be tight. I think half time you could see a maybe a 14-12 or something, right?
Yeah.
Might blow out in the
Just
second half.
blows
maybe.
out a bit. Yeah, okay.
Right. Depending on how the game's going to be reffed, which we've touched on. But
that'll be a big factor.
yeah, I think this game, I think Blues have it in the bag. It's their game to lose, I think, at home, in front of a packed crowd of Blue.
Yeah.
And then that's why I really think Queensland could get one up in maybe Melbourne, or they have the best record in Melbourne, actually.
No, they don't.
Or
So
up in Suncorp.
it'd be nice if New South Wales could secure the series in Melbourne, and then you go back to Suncorp and it just doesn't really matter. But if we win in Suncorp, make it 3-0,
yeah,
it'd be bloody hilarious.
And my Boldy, all Manly players will score in game one.
Only Manly or all Manly?
All Manly players.
So who we got? Olakau'atu, Kola.
And that's it. Yep.
Oh, two
I
New South
think
Wales tries.
I think Kola. I think you'll in my multi I'll put on. I'm going Kola first try scorer.
Right?
Okay, and then I think
okay.
throughout some time in the game, Moses, not a field goal.
Short ball to Olakau'atu.
Yeah, he's going to feed him a beautiful short ball. And
straight through Walker.
Yeah, and I think Olakau'atu will just steam right all over.
Imagine he does it really close to the line. It's just one of those reach out and slam at moments. Oh, that'd be hot.
So that's my one. But it'll be good, dude. Origin time.
Can't wait.
It's Origin time. You got to pack the hoodie on. It's a bit cooler nights. And, hopefully we get to go to the game, eh?
Oh, mate, bloody hope so.
And then, all right, let's roll into round 13. Cronulla, $1.67, Manly $2.22.
I'm a bit surprised about those odds, eh?
Mm.
I'm a bit surprised.
I'm surprised as well, considering we're Manly at. I'm going to go Cronulla.
I don't do this very often, but I'm actually going to agree and go Cronulla. I think that Manly train is close to finishing. Now Ben Travojevic is out. He's probably been one of their best this year. I think Cronulla might have enough. Also, Cronulla's really not affected by Origin. So Nickera, Nickera is it.
Britain,
Olakau'atu and Britton Nickera will have to back up, whereas Cronulla...
And Adam Fanua-Blake.
Adam Fanua-Blake. But you know what? I think Cronulla have enough coverage for him with Hazelton, guys like that. Brayley probably won't play, so he'll be fresh. I think Brayley will be also wanting to prove a point that he wants to start in Origin. So
yeah,
might be a little bit more into it, I reckon.
Yeah, and I think so too. I think it's Manly due for a loss, maybe. Titans almost pipped them, or we could be totally wrong and Fosball rolls on.
Could be. I mean, look, either way, I'm a winner. I either back the winner, or I get to laugh at all the Cronulla fans crying in Cronulla.
And then Newcastle $1.25, Parramatta $3.23, up in the Hunter. Probably Nui. Probably Nui 1-12 for me.
Nui 1-12. I think this is going to be a lot closer than people realise.
They always have good encounters, I find.
Yeah, but especially Friday. It's a Friday night, Nui, isn't it?
Yeah, Friday. Yes, Friday night.
Just something different about it.
Because I'm pretty sure there will be. I don't think there'll be a game on Thursday night.
No, there's no game on Thursday. So
there'll be three triple headers.
Oh, what a weekend to be an NRL fan. It's back in full squad here. Let's have a check. Yeah, it'll be. Oh no. That's a Saturday. Oh, there's only one on Friday. That's right. So that'll be the Saturday Arvo game.
How many games on Saturday?
That's right. We get the triple header Saturday, triple header Sunday, because we get the Sunday night game. Remember?
Right. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, and then Tigers $1.85, Bulldogs $1.98. Dogs go back to back. Tigers are due for a win. They've had a bit of a few low games recently.
Yeah, they've been really hurt. No Creamy Buller, no Appy.
Did they get anyone back?
I don't know, and that's the question. If they get Appy back, which I think they might, I think they win. But I think I need to see the team list before I can do this.
I'm gonna go.
I'm leaning Tigers, but I need to see the team list.
I'm gonna go Tigers. Yeah. Tigers on 12. And then the next one. We will be there. Amy Park.
One. Yep. Melbourne.
So, lucky us, mate. We get to go to 2 footy games this week.
Yeah, we do. Fucking lucky. One at beautiful Core Stadium. Beautiful. And one at Amy Park.
Yeah. Storm $1.94. Chooks $1.90. So, Chooks are just favourites by 4 cents. I think that's right. I think where Chookies are at You know, they've been looking good. Yeah,
Melbourne have struggled.
Yeah, we had that. I call it the due for a loss game against Cowboys. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chooks. I'm gonna go Chooks 13 plus.
I reckon we're gonna have a repeat of last year.
I reckon, yeah.
Not to that extent. I don't think we're scoring 40 points and a half on them because I think with injuries and that we're gonna struggle to do that. But I'm calling
a really solid game.
Melbourne to lead at halftime.
Yeah,
and then Chooks to win.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Like maybe like a 16-10 at halftime.
Mate, not even that. Maybe like a 10-6 or a 12-6 sort of thing. And then just flip the script and the Chooks win it in the second half, score 2 or 3 tries to get ahead.
I think your players like, you know, your Teddies, they love to back up.
Teddy will back up. Lindsay will back up. Toya. Mate, there's like 6 guys, and ideally all of them are fit enough that they should be backing up. Not hard, you know, Thursday morning, do what you need to do in Sydney for your recovery.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Bang, Thursday afternoon on a flight down to Melbourne. You're there Friday for a captain's run.
Yeah, it'll be good, mate. It's I don't mind Damien Park. It's a
not bad.
game to watch.
They have Zoo Street Greek there, which is a really nice touch. It's really nice. Yeah, I love it. There's one right near me and I never go. But like when I'm in Melbourne, I always get one. Get one for the game, you know?
And then the next one on Sunday. Broncos $1.12, Saints $6.46.
Broncos 13 plus.
Yeah,
not even a discussion.
I think Broncos 13 plus, man. Yeah. I don't see their attack. Luke Lewis said it, I think ABC or SCM, but he's like, look, I don't want to be harsh, but it's the worst attack I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And look, to be honest, their defense at times is worse now than it was under Shane Flanagan. I don't get it. It's just sometimes those interim coaches will come in and you'll, you know, pick up a few wins here and there as per Fosball. Yeah.
But for poor Dino, mate, it's going to be a long year. And I think this will spook him. I reckon they'll get another coach in.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're going to bring another coach in. I think the problem with the Dragons, obviously, we're now seeing it's no longer the players on the field so much. It's the board. And they need to sort that shit out and they need to do it quick.
Yeah. And them Raiders, $1.71, Cowboys, $2.14.
In Canberra.
I think the poor old luck for Canberra's going to strike again. I reckon Cowboys are going to pip them.
The only thing is being in Canberra, late Sunday afternoon, it's going to get cold.
Yeah.
And will that suit Canberra more than the Cowboys? I think the Cowboys the last 2 weeks have been really good. You could say 3 weeks against Parramatta, but they nearly blew that. Well, they did blow that. I think I might go Canberra.
All right.
I think I might go Canberra 1-12.
Yeah. They're that team this year where they're just so close, but
I feel like coming out of Origin, obviously the Cowboys didn't really lose anyone. But I just think Canberra, cold weather down there might just they're due for a win, and if they get a win this week, hopefully they lose next week when we're down there.
Yes, true. That is true. And then to finish things off, mate, Penrith $1.46, the Wars $2.72. My friend, I'm going the upset, bro.
Bro, I'm going it as well. Fish and chips for the Waz.
No, I reckon. I think
they're gonna have Penrith in 6 and 7,
Yeah, 6-7. Yeah.
I can't believe I've done that.
Am I just tipping Warriors just to say fuck you, Penrith? Maybe, but I genuinely feel like the Waz can rattle them here, and really maybe Waz by 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm going Waz by 6. Not 10. Just to try.
Just to try.
Just simple.
Who's going to score that one? Like Dallin?
Last try scorer, Dallin Wateni Zeleniak.
Zelezniak, yeah.
Zelezniak, yeah. That was on the spot, and I still nearly didn't get it right.
No, he's solid, man. He's got a few goodies against Saints the other
day.
Mate,
I love watching him play. Remember
that mullet as well? It's the whole, it's everything.
When he catches the ball and he just goes full steam at the defense and the mullet's flowing and you hit and you just see the sweat just fly off and you're like, oh, that's just that is rugby league.
Yeah, it's rugby league, mate. But it's going to be a big week, jam-packed week.
Oh, it's going to be a big week for us.
Origin into round 13.
Origin, couple of flights in there for us. Oof.
How good will it be this time next week? That we can safely say the Blues won and the Roosters won.
Look, you know what? It's what I'm foreshadowing. I can see it. I can just
fingers crossed.
What's the word? I'm friggin' what's that word? You're not foreshadowing. Like you're just trying to.
It's not that maxing shit, right? Yeah.
No. You're like just trying to put it out there in the universe and just like.
Well, if you can see it, you'll soon feel it, mate. That's what I say.
I can't wait to feel it, especially sitting next to a couple of Queensland fans on at the Origin. You know what? You and I have sat there quietly while they've run their mouths. They've thoroughly enjoyed running their mouths, and I think we'll let
the Blues do the talking.
Exactly, mate.
Right.
We don't need to shit talk like they do. We'll let the boys on the field do the job.
Sounds good, mate. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Our Own TV podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications from Johnny and I. It's good night.
Have a great night, guys.